What if growing up isn't about choosing between love and self-worth, but finally learning how they can coexist without destroying you? That's the question Heartstopper forever dares to ask. You're watching FlickFeed, where stories don't just continue, they mature, transform, and hit you where you least expect it. Season 3 cracked open the emotional core of Heartstopper. But forever? It steps into a space even braver, a story that doesn't just celebrate love, but examines the cost of carrying it too early, too intensely. And this time, the narrative shifts in a way that feels both startling and overdue. The spotlight, once warm and shared, moves toward Charlie alone. Not the Charlie who bends himself into safety. Not the Charlie who absorbs the storms everyone else is afraid to face. But the Charlie who finally asks the question he's avoided for years. Who am I, when I stop shrinking for everyone else? And that's the emotional tectonic shift of this season. Charlie begins reclaiming himself. Not through dramatic gestures, not through heartbreak, but through quiet bravery. New confidence. New boundaries. New breaths he never allowed himself to take because he always felt like he owed the world stability. This isn't a story of distance meant to hurt. It's distance meant to heal. Breathing room. Space to grow without guilt. Moments where Charlie is not defined by trauma, but by rediscovery, by joy that belongs solely to him. And when Charlie grows, the ripple reaches Nick. Because love isn't a soft blanket, sometimes it's a mirror. Nick is pushed to confront his own patterns, the ways he leans, the fears he hides, the comfort he clings to. For the first time, they aren't two halves trying to fit into one shape. They're two people learning how to stand without holding on for dear life. Fans are already divided, in the best way. Some believe this emotional shift is building toward the strongest reunion the series has ever delivered. Others think the writers might lean into something quieter, more honest, a kind of gentle realism that says, sometimes love deepens not by holding tighter, but by letting each other grow. Whichever direction the season chooses, one thing is clear. Heartstopper forever is shaping up to be its most vulnerable chapter yet. A season that asks its audience to grow alongside these characters? To understand that love isn't always a symphony. Sometimes it's a pause. A breath. A step back before the next step forward. Now you tell me, if you were in the writer's room, how would you shape the finale? A reunion that feels like destiny finally choosing them? Or an ending that aches just enough to feel true? You're watching FlickFeed, where every frame is a feeling, and every feeling tells a story worth holding on to.